In 2013, a man was staying at Hotel Zaza in the Memorial area of Houston, Texas. He was in town for a business trip. His coworkers were given regular rooms. He was placed in room 322. From the moment he entered, the room looked different. It was smaller than other hotel rooms. The walls were made of bare concrete and brick, with no bathroom, only a drain in the floor. The furniture was heavy and dark. The bed was bolted to the wall using a chain. There were strange decorations. Some looked like skulls and distorted faces. A large framed photo hung above the door. It showed a smiling man in a dark suit. The guests thought the room looked more like a prison cell than a hotel suite. He asked the front desk about the room. Staff apologized and moved him to a new room. They told him that room 322 was not supposed to be assigned to guests. Before leaving, he took photos of the room. Later, he posted the photos online. Other users reacted with confusion and concern. A hotel spokesperson said the room was part of a themed concept called Hard Times, designed to look like a jail cell. But the hotel's website did not mention any such suite, and the other rooms on the floor looked normal. People began to investigate. Some users pointed out that the furniture in room 322 looked used, not like a display. The walls had marks and stains, and the floor showed signs of damage and repair. One user claimed the man in the photo looked like Jay Camus, a Houston businessman involved in a financial scandal in 2004. The number 322 was also linked to the Skulls and Bones Society, a secret group at Yale University. Their meeting room is also known as Room 322. These connections led to theories. Some thought the room was used for private meetings or rituals. Others thought it had once been a maintenance space, converted into a room not meant to be booked. Another guest said she had also been put in room 322 by mistake a year earlier. She said the staff were deeply upset at the thought of me being stuck in this room and moved her after 10 minutes. The story spread in local forums and Reddit threads. The hotel did not give any more answers. Room 322 remained off the booking system. To this day, Room 322 at Hotel Zaza is not explained. Photos of the room are still shared online. Some believe it was part of a misunderstood concept. Others think it was never meant for guests at all. In 2009, a Reddit user named u/CarlH became popular in programming communities. His real name was Carl Harold. He was a computer programmer based in Alabama and ran a website called Learn Code Online, where he offered free lessons. He was active on several forums, including r/learn programming, where users said he explained coding concepts in clear and simple ways. He answered beginner questions without judgment and offered full courses without asking for money. As his reputation grew, Carl began making video tutorials. These were also free and covered topics like Python, Java, and HTML. Users said they liked how he broke down complex topics step by step. Many described him as kind, patient, and helpful. In 2012, Reddit made u/CarlH User of the Day, and other users praised him for helping thousands of people get started in programming. He was seen as a positive figure in the community. Carl lived in Huntsville, Alabama. He had 3 children and shared a home with his partner, Charles Donovan, a former school teacher. On Reddit, Carl said he was a father, a programmer, and a teacher. In late 2013, he suddenly stopped posting. His websites became inactive, and people began asking where he had gone. Soon after, news broke that Carl Harold had been arrested along with Charles Donovan. The charges shocked everyone who knew him online. Police described their home as a house of horrors. Carl and Donovan had been accused of abusing Carl's 9-year-old son. According to investigators, they had kept a boy isolated and recorded illegal videos of the abuse. They were charged with production, possession, and distribution of child sexual abuse material, as well as sodomy and abuse of a child under 12. They were both denied bond and held in the Madison County Jail. Carl's son was taken into protective custody. He had been living in the home while the abuse was ongoing. Before the case went to trial, Carl took his own life. He was found dead in his jail cell. The cause of death was suicide by hanging. His death meant that the trial against him never took place. Charles Donovan later pleaded guilty. He was sentenced to 56 years in federal prison with no chance of parole. After Carl's passing, many Reddit users searched through his old posts. Some said they had learned to code because of him and were devastated by what they had read. Others began collecting and removing his tutorials from educational platforms. His Reddit account and some of his videos remained online for years. For a long time, people were still finding his name in old programming threads. The case of u/CarlH is remembered as one of Reddit's most shocking moments. A user once praised for helping thousands was exposed as someone hiding serious crimes behind a public reputation. In 2018, a Reddit user called u/Worthless319 began posting disturbing messages in different forums. He wrote about mental health struggles, drug use, and religious thoughts. In several posts, he said that God was telling him to harm himself. He believed he was supposed to cut off his own genitals and bleed to death as a kind of sacrifice. The posts are graphic and confusing. Some people thought he was joking or trolling. Others believed he was in a serious mental health crisis. Over time, his messages became worse. He claimed that he had already hurt himself. He wrote that he had shot himself in the genitals and said, "I shot my dick off and ate it." Yes, you heard well, ate. He described the act as holy. He also claimed he had cooked and eaten part of the flesh. He said he had posted images of the injury. These were removed quickly by moderators, but other users confirmed they had seen them. Many people told him to call for help. Some said they were worried he would die. There were rumors that he had gone to the emergency room. One user, u/Squalkerist, later explained that he had been messaging Worthless319 privately. According to those messages, the user had been taken to the hospital and doctors tried to reattach part of the damaged tissue, but he was angry that they had tried to fix it. He believed the injury was part of something spiritual and did not want it repaired. He told Squalkerist that he had found a group who would help him complete the ritual. He said that this would be the end. Squalkerist wrote, "I DM'd him for a while to try to help him, and I think he's dead." He said Worthless319 seemed suicidal and was hearing voices. After that final message, the account went silent. Since then, no one has heard from u/Worthless319. Some people believed he died. Others think he might have been placed in a psychiatric hospital. There's no confirmed update. About 10 years ago, a Reddit user called u/Temptotasssoon replied to a thread about strange personal experiences. His post became known as a lamp story. It's often called one of Reddit's most unusual and memorable posts. He said that during college, he was punched in the face by a football player during a fight. He was knocked out. While unconscious, he said he lived a completely different life. In this other life, he met a woman. He married her. They had 2 children. He had a job, a house, and what he called 10 full years of normal, happy life. He remembered birthdays, family moments, and his sense of peace. Then one day, while sitting on the couch in that life, he noticed something strange. There was a lamp in the room. It looked wrong. The shape of the base and the lampshade didn't seem normal. He stared at it for hours. That's when it hit him. The lamp is not real. My wife, my kids, none of that is real. The last 10 years of my life are not real. Right after that, the world around him started to fall apart. He wrote, "The lamp started to grow wider and deeper. It took up my entire perspective, and all I could see was red." He heard loud noises, screaming, and chaos. Then he woke up. He was in pain and lying on the sidewalk. People were standing around him. He said that the first thing he said out loud was, "I'm missing teeth." His injuries were real. His teeth were gone. He had been unconscious only a short time in real life, but in his mind, he had lived 10 years. After that, he said he suffered from depression. He missed the wife and kids from his dream, even though they had never existed. He said he would wake up crying, feeling grief for people he had imagined. The post was shared widely and became a popular reference in discussions about dreams and consciousness. Some people thought it was a near-death experience. Others thought it was a lucid dream or a memory glitch. u/Temptotasssoon used a throwaway account and never posted again. His real name was never shared. The story became part of Reddit legend. People still bring it up when discussing dreams, alternate realities, or strange mental events. It remains one of the most talked about posts in Reddit history. In 2009, a Reddit user named u/SpontaneousH posted about trying heroin for the first time. He was 24 years old and said he had a stable life. He decided to try the drug just once and wrote about it in an Ask Me Anything post. The title was something like, "I did heroin yesterday, AMA." He said he met a drug dealer by chance and bought a small amount out of curiosity. He went home and snorted it. In his post, he described the experience in great detail. "I had the most pleasurable feeling of pure relaxation and bliss wash over me. I was blown away by the power of this drug," he wrote. He said it felt like a full-body orgasm times 10, and that he spent hours in a state of calm and euphoria. By the end of the post, he admitted he wanted to do it again, but claimed he would not. He wrote, "Proud of myself for having the balls to do something this crazy," and called it a valuable life experience. Many Reddit users responded. They warned him not to underestimate the drug. Some told him that heroin was more addictive than he realized. 2 weeks later, he returned with an update. The tone had completely changed. He said he had not stopped. In the past 14 days since his first post, he had started using heroin regularly. He said he had even begun injecting it. His life was already falling apart. He hid the drug use from his girlfriend, but she found out and almost left him. He wrote about dealing with withdrawal and strong cravings. In a post, he said, "Fuck heroin. Fuck my life. Heroin pretty much fucked my life for me in under 2 weeks. I just want to die." His entire journey played out in real time. He wrote about trying Narcotics Anonymous. He posted photos of his injection marks to prove he wasn't lying. He had moments where he promised to quit, but he kept relapsing. Within a month, he overdosed. He had taken heroin mixed with other substances, including fentanyl. His heart stopped. He said he was technically dead for a short time before doctors revived him. That event led him to enter a long-term rehab program. He stopped posting for over a year. Then, in late 2010, he came back with a new update. He said he was alive and in recovery. He stayed silent again for years. Finally, around 2016, he logged in one last time. He told Reddit that he was still clean and doing well. He said he had a good job and was healthy. He thanked the community for their support, and he disappeared. The story of u/SpontaneousH is remembered as one of Reddit's most disturbing posts. But this one did end well, and that's not every day that we end up on a good note. So please do like, comment, and subscribe. Stay safe.